have this question for myself about what my authentic expression on YouTube, on this platform, even really is meant to be, what it really wants to look like. I have been trying to speak about things that matter to me and like trying to be honest, and but what I noticed is that like none of my videos have been like very much like liked, but the one video that caught most attention and got most likes was the video where I was just talking about how I am learning how to love myself and just crying on the video, and that's like, and that's really, that one simple thing just really immediately caught most attention, more attention than any of my other videos. And then I understood, okay, wow, this is something that's like so natural for me. It's so, as this sensitive person, I'm just like, for me to cry, it's like I cry all the time. I cry very often, and I just cried before making this video. I was walking through the forest to this place and I was thinking about this. Wow, I could just cry on camera, and that's what maybe people really want to see, because you don't see a lot of people crying on camera on YouTube, right? Most people, they're like, even the people who seem to be one of the like most open and honest and authentic, when it comes to crying, it's like, it's mostly like they're like, oh, now I'm getting emotional, and they're like apologizing for it, and one can see how they're like, okay, they're stuffing it down because they don't want to show it, because it's getting too vulnerable. And yeah, so maybe it's my thing to do on YouTube, but it's definitely something that it requires me to have so much self-love and so much self-forgiveness, and of course that is perfect for my own healing, like to record myself crying, and then I have to see myself also how it looks, and the ego hates it. Like the mind says, oh my God, that's so ugly. And I can see that, wow, this is the programming. This is what I have been somehow got the I somehow got the message when I was small that I'm ugly when I cry, and that it's something just, oh, just shameful, and you just get rejected for it. And I did actually. I was the sensitive kid who was just like crying all the time and like sad for no reason, like sad and crying, and then just seeing other people how they're just upset with me, and they don't like me, and they don't want to be with me. And so what happened, of course, I learned to suppress all that, to not show, because this is gonna get us rejected, because it actually did. So it has been such a journey for me to allow myself to cry and to love myself when I cry. And then the next step was to allow others to see me crying. And that I have become like quite familiar with, like in my closest intimate relationships and also in other like group settings. But then another like to show it on camera for so many people who don't even know me, it's like a whole other thing. It feels like, yeah. And then this also, this what comes in is this, that I need to then see myself, because I'm the one who's making the videos, who's editing a little bit, who's posting them, deciding whether I'm gonna post it or not. My God. And I can really see how this, so what am I gonna choose? Am I gonna again choose this judgment, to reject that person who's crying and to just know we're absolutely not posting this because this looks so ugly and it's just so unlikable? It's like this judgmental part of me, this inner judge, is like seeing this crying face, how it looks, and just like, yeah, just judging it, that it looks ugly and somehow despicable and yeah, somehow, yeah, it's not cool. It's totally uncool. It's the uncoolest thing, right? To stand there and like cry in front of other people. But I know, like inside, I have this knowing that has been growing in me, that it is so beautiful, that crying is so beautiful. And in that moment when I cry, I'm not suffering anymore. It is so healing and so freeing, because the energy, the stuck energy, is being released. So, oh my God, how this crying has just really been my saving grace through going such periods of such pain. And then this crying has been like such a powerful healing tool for me, to allow myself to collapse, to completely collapse, to stop, and to just go into this surrender to this feeling of this deep desperation, and just cry like a small child. And it's just, it is so freeing when I allowed myself to do that. It has been so freeing for me. And also to discover that I can actually do it with other people, and if I do it with the right people, that, yeah, I mean, really with any people, I mean, what can happen? Nothing really happens. I discovered that, okay, I didn't die, it was okay. Yeah, so yeah, so maybe this, because it's so easy for me to cry, maybe this is something that I'm meant to share on camera with many people. I don't know, let's see. But I mean, this is what I really, really want to stand for. Because I can see that from how my own mind is judging the crying as ugly, I can see, and also from the fact that people are not sharing. It's something really vulnerable. People don't want to share their crying face on the internet. It's really vulnerable. And why is that? It's because in this society which we have been living for generations, in this, as Teal Swan calls it, the emotional dark age. So we have been taught that, like, to be emotional and to cry, that it is something ugly, something shameful, it's a weakness, it's something to, like, to hide and to even suppress. And that way of seeing it has had a terrible, terrible consequences for all of us. Yeah, so maybe I am here as one of the people who is like the agents of promoting the healing power of crying and the beauty of that. But I need to yeah, to allow myself to cry on camera, because it is such a natural part of me. I mean, it's like I'm crying all the time. And I cry not because I'm sad. I can cry because I'm really happy, or I just feel so deeply for something that this feeling becomes so intense that I cannot, like, express it in any other way than bursting out into tears. Like, I cry very often when I go out in the forest and I just feel so much love for the plants, for Mother Nature, and I just collapse down on the ground and I start to cry. And right now it's not coming. Yeah, I guess that this whole camera and filming is not so, doesn't feel so natural for me yet. So it doesn't want to come right now, the cry. Yeah, but maybe this is something that I will be doing more, just expressing myself in this direct and raw and simple way. And maybe I don't need even to say much. I have been like when I try to speak, like, with words, like, intellectually about the things that matter to me, it like turns out clumsy. I don't know. When I watch other people's videos, I think they're so much better with this thing of, like, expressing, like, wise ideas, and I'm like, I'm getting all confused and it turns out clumsy. But maybe that's not even what I meant to do, because doesn't feel so natural for me yet in this setting. But to just say some simple words and then connect to how I feel, that's something that's, like, natural for me. Anyway, I said something here. I don't know if anybody is going to watch it, but let's see.